Hi, I'm Mr. Weather, joined by Mr. Relevant. Let's venture into Earth science news and events that occurred through the month of July. This is the Monthly What's What.
Mid-July, the Trump administration moved to maintain national air quality standards that were set in 2015. This motion was against the call for more stringent regulations that are necessary to protect Americans in poor or minority communities that historically have more respiratory problems. The EPA administrator, Andrew Wheeler, argued that limits on fine particulate matter, or soot, are sufficient. He said this conclusion was based on scientific literature and recommendations from independent science advisors. Wheeler stated that the United States has seen a drop in ozone concentrations by 4% between 2017 and 2019, and many areas that failed to meet standards are now compliant. In a draft last year, EPA staff scientists recommended lowering the annual amount of particulate matter because it could save thousands of lives. The EPA's Clean Air Scientific Advisory Committee was split on the decision to keep 2015 standards. Overall, current rules limit ozone pollution to 70 parts per billion over any 8-hour period. It has been strongly suggested that the threshold should not exceed 60 parts per billion to adequately safeguard public health.
Hot and humid weather was felt around the U.S. as roughly 90% of the country experienced 90-degree heat. Over 1,200 heat and more than 150 July heat records were set across the country, with dozens of all-time high temperatures recorded. The highest recorded temperature on the planet was set at a scorching 128 degrees Fahrenheit in Death Valley, California. That is the hottest temperature anywhere on the planet since 2017. Excessive heat warnings were in effect all over the country. Phoenix, Arizona broke a record for the hottest month with 16 nights that stayed at or above 90 degrees. It is expected that 2020 will go down in history as one of the top 3 hottest years on record and certain to be among the top 5.
The 2020 Atlantic hurricane season has broken the record for most named storms so early on in the season. The much more severe 2005 hurricane season previously held this record. Hurricane Isaias became the record earliest 9th named storm in the Atlantic Basin, more than a week earlier in the calendar than the previous record. Tropical storms Cristobal, Eduard, Faye, Gonzalo, and Hurricane Hannah were each the record earliest 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th named storms. We had 2 named storms before the official start of the hurricane season on June 1st. Luckily, this year's hurricane season has not been as powerful as the previous record-breaking 2005 season. The 2005 season is the most extreme season in the modern era, with a record of 28 storms, where 15 became hurricanes. That includes Katrina, the most costly hurricane the nation has ever faced, the most intense Atlantic Hurricane Wilma, and the $25 billion Hurricane Rita. The Atlantic hurricane season is far from over, ending November 30th.
Thanks for joining us. Watch the Monthly What's What on the first Wednesday of each month. Please subscribe to Mr. Weather's World on YouTube for exciting new videos every Mr. Weather Wednesday.